All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier eye hypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. And of course, if you have been one of our regular viewers, listeners, and watchers of this pod, the iHypnosis Life uh, coaching journeys, uh, we have been curating these podcasts, reaching out to some truly amazing healers and coaches, literally, from the length and breadth of the country, and we are now, of course, in the year of 2025, well into season two. And I'm really, really looking forward to having a really powerful conversation with somebody who, when you hear her story, you'll understand why, Neha is the person that she is. So before I go any further, I'm going to, of course, now invite you, Neha, as you turn your camera on. Welcome. And शो पे आने के लिए thank you. And of course, this will be an opportunity for people to get to know you, to get to know more about your story, and जो आज आप करते हैं, like why you do what you do. But before we do any of that, just another a thank you and a welcome to our show.
Thank you so much, Rahul, for inviting me to this show. And I'm really excited that what all we are going to talk about and how this can help other people who are watching this show.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we will start there. For especially for people who I'm sure your community members are getting to, then they'll get to know you even better and deeper today. They'll get to know more about your story. But before we get into that, the journey that you've been on, tell us a little bit about what do you do today? Like, आज आप क्या करते? Like, if someone said, "So Neha, what do you do?" Tell us a little bit about that.
So, in simple ways, if I'll share with all of you what I do. So, I'm a full-time digital coach working from home in my
Nice.
place, Agra, and I help women entrepreneurs to remove their tech fear, especially, and remove their blockages of not being, growing in their life, in their business, and put them on the action mode so that they can see that they are achieving goals.
Beautiful. I love that. This word action mode that you said is definitely something that we will be exploring more, and understanding what you mean by that, because I've been very fortunate to have been on this journey, especially when we talk about digital marketing since 2019, like wholeheartedly, full-fledged, even before COVID happened. So I'm fully with you on digital marketing and the why it exists and why it's important, especially for coaches, for healers, especially women who are now going to be experiencing so much in the coming days. But before we get into any of that, let's kind of go back a little bit and tell us, like, how did you get here? Like, kaise hua ye? Like, there must have been like series of experiences that you had that brought you here to this role that you play today, right? So tell us a little bit about, like, taking us back in time. कि ये कैसे हुआ?
All right, so it's a long journey, but let me just cut it short for all of you so that you will get a glimpse of how it happened and when did it started. So, if I say that every woman, in their deepest desire, they want to become something, they want to create their own identity. But somehow after marriage, if they were working, they leave their job, they settle in the family, and because their children is their first priority, they do not think about
Hmm.
starting a job or any business. So I
Hmm.
was like this for so many years after marriage. And
Hmm.
during COVID, I understood that everybody
Hmm.
was at home. I saw that from every aspect I was able to help my husband, but from financial aspect I was just just like that. uh, he's the giver and I'm just a receiver. Okay, so
Wow.
that time I feel
Hmm.
that every woman should at least understand how to, earn for their own financial needs, be it small
Mm.
or a big. So there I understood that financial independence is important for every woman. So I
Mm.
started looking for the opportunity. अब कर क्या
Mm.
सकते हैं, जॉब इतना
हाँ
टाइम
बिल्कुल.
पहले छूट गया, दोबारा से स्टार्ट करना है,
Mm.
तो अब करें
Mm.
क्या. So that time there
Right.
was a trending search on Google, work from home,
Mm.
everywhere. Anybody is going on Google and searching work from home. So I was also from
Mm.
one of them. So I was also
Mm.
searching one from home. I saw an
हाँ.
opportunity. When I actually got depth in the depth of that opportunity, I come to know there was a
Mm.
lot of network marketing opportunities coming that time, and
Correct.
that industry was booming. And
Mm.
I also see that, like more was focused on active income. You do work, you make money. But that time I deeply
Mm.
understood the value of passive income. That if you
Right.
are not that, still you are earning. So how we get that source? So I can do the
Mm.
job even after COVID. We can start any small business from home. Many of my friends were selling clothes and other products. But I wanted to do
Mm.
something for passive income so that even if I'm not working, money should come to me.
Nice.
For that, would that being the reason for me to start network marketing that time? I did network
Mm.
marketing, COVID
Mm.
over, everything was in,
Mm.
and it all became from online to offline. Everything came
हाँ.
offline. In
Right.
my heart, there was a, pain that I'm not giving time to my family because all the days I was going out. I'm leaving my children, I'm
Mm.
leaving everybody. So I saw this problem with other women as well because of not knowing how to use technology and digital platform. I wanted to solve
Mm.
that problem. So I was looking for
Wow.
an option so that I can solve that problem. And then in
Mm.
this search, somehow coaching came to me.
Mm.
So I saw people who were a student of some other coach. They told me how to
Right.
start coaching. They showed me the path,
Mm.
and I just grabbed that opportunity and I started coaching other people. And I just launched myself
Wow.
as a, you know, from other niche. I started coaching other people without even buying any course,
Mm.
no social media following, nothing. जैसे
Right.
हमें लगता है ना कि
Wow.
without social media we cannot do anything.
क्या बात है.
So I earned
Mm.
my first
Mm.
3,000 rupees without even having, I would say, 100 followers. So that's how it all
Wow.
started. Then whatever I did for myself, my promotion, I till now it's like now 2 years already completed. I don't have a single person in my
Mm.
team. I do everything alone. So whatever I do for
Amazing.
myself, I started teaching other women and I saw the result they are getting because they are feeling now they are independent
Mm.
and they are moving forward to their, business growth so that they can also start making money.
बिल्कुल. Mm.
So that's how it all started and now it's going in that phase.
Wow. Amazing. That is so powerful. I mean, what you've talked about, I'm sure, and in your WhatsApp groups and the various groups that you're connected, I'm sure you hear women talk a lot about this. I wish, you know, I was able to do these things on my own, right? And I've seen this. I've been fortunate to have been in the personal development space now for 2 decades, and I've seen how a lot of times there's that sort of people have to ask for permission. कि पैसे नहीं हैं तो let me ask for permission before I do a course, before I learn something so that I can earn. It's beautiful that you've looked at the ulta, the opposite, which is you've decided to focus on, let me teach, especially women, let me teach them to be able to do this on their own, to be able to generate, you talked about passive income, right? To be able to do that. And that, I'm sure, and I'm sure we'll go deeper into that today, that gives them a sense of not just freedom, but I'm sure it also gives them that strength, right?
Yes. And it actually gave them a sense of fulfillment that I am doing something
Mm,
my own. Because it's a
yes.
fact that no matter how much people have money, but still they invest very wisely. So it's like
Mm,
giving a 500 rupees note to somebody for a Canva poster becomes very difficult for
right,
somebody when they're just
right.
starting and they don't want to invest. So it's
Mm,
like If they are paying this much money to, take one poster, I am teaching that the same in 2 hours so that they can create multiple
Wow,
posters. So it become easy
amazing.
for them.
Amazing. So we'll do two things, Neha. And I know for your community members and for people who, watch this even later on. And that's the power of the internet and content. That at some point they will find this. The algorithm will show them this video. So we'll go deeper into specifically what you do and how you teach these skills. But I find it very powerful when you kind of go back in time to figure out how did you become this person. A lot of times when people see, they see coaches from the outside, उनको ये नहीं लगता है कि आप ये कैसे बने, right? They just think कि हाँ बस you just know how to do it, right? So my intention of these coaching journeys is to show people, whether it is homemakers, whether it is people in a job, or whether it is people who are starting on that journey, especially of coaching, ki once you have started, like you've been now doing this for 2 years, so that's a long time, because I'm sure you've had many conversations, you've had many breakthroughs for people who have, because of what you do, it has changed their mindset. So before we get to how you have helped them, uh, I'd love to hear your story of how did you how did you arrive at this? Because even though you would have had this experience, as you said, after marriage, take us back to times before, कि आपको ये कहाँ से आया ये आइडिया टू हेल्प अदर पीपल. जैसे बोलते हैं ना बचपन में वी हैव दीज एक्सपीरियंसेस दैट काइंड ऑफ मोल्ड अस कि नहीं आई वांट टू हेल्प पीपल, and you would have started to develop that habit. So take us back in time कि वो what are some of those early stories of wanting to help other people.
If I'll be honest here, I would say
Please.
helping other people actually start with people pleasing. That if I'll do
Mm,
something for other people, they are going to give me attention or they are going to
right,
talk about me. So
right.
when we are child, okay, and we don't get that kind of attention which we require from
Mm,
families, we
mm,
actually look that attention outside in the world. And it's
mm,
very easy, that like families send their children to relatives and there they meet other
mm,
people, and just to take their attention, they do something which they do not do even their home. It's like
right.
जाके बात करेंगे उनसे अच्छे से बोलेंगे पर घर में तो इतने अच्छे से
हाँ,
नहीं बोलते, है ना?
right.
So
Mm,
it all started that time, but somehow I was blessed to have very great teachers since childhood.
mm,
It's like since I would
mm,
say second class, I always
mm,
received good attention from all those teachers, and I have
mm,
learned so much from them. And there I
mm,
understood the importance of caring for other people. It's like
mm,
if you cannot respect other person will not respect you. If you cannot care
right.
for other people, these people will not care for you. So for me,
Mm,
service become it's like in return, if I'll do something for you, you will also do this for me. And
right,
that time, because money was not the concern, so it's like naturally it
right.
came into me.
हाँ. Oh, amazing, amazing.
So whenever I see, okay, in this thing, if I can help, if something is there
Mm,
where I cannot help, I'll just keep myself away because I cannot help.
हाँ.
But if
Mm,
something is there, even if my advice can help other people, like after
हाँ.
learning life coaching, even I do not give
Mm.
advice easily to other people. I let other people find their own answer. But now I feel that इस लाइन ना एक तो पहली चीज होती है कि हम लोग ना बचपन से ज्ञानी होते हैं, मतलब जिन लोगों को बहुत बोलना पसंद होता है ना वो दूसरों को ज्ञान भी बहुत देते हैं, और मुझे बहुत बोलना पसंद था, तो इस लाइक मेरे पापा मम्मी बोलते थे कि थोड़ा सोच समझ के
हाँ.
बोला कर, बट इट्स लाइक कि वो बोलना है तो बोलना है.
Right. Super.
So
हाँ.
slowly I understood that my intention was never to, um, it's like tell other person that how you
Mm,
can do this thing, but my intention was always to help other people. And I feel like
mm,
if people's perspective, like they can take things positively, like she wanted to help
mm,
me, or they can take
mm.
things negatively. But
Right.
if something is going wrong in front of my eyes, I cannot bear that. So I will speak, and if they can get the help from that thing, okay. So
Right.
there it started. And it's like in college it was like this कि कोई भी problem है इसको बोल दो खड़ा कर दो ये जाके बोल देगी.
Mm.
It was like that.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
there I observed that it is actually naturally in me that when I see anything where I
Mm.
can speak, I can help, I do not
Mm.
resist myself. I do not listen to those people that सोच समझ के बोला
Mm.
करो, ज्यादा मत बोला करो या फिर ऐसे करके रहा
Right.
करो.
Uh,
I am doing my job, I would say.
wow. 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 That's powerful. Is there like in during this time? So this would have been probably in your teens, right? Teenage ke time pe. Is there maybe one particular incident that you remember that really stands out? कि अरे हाँ ये तो मैं हूँ. I did this. This standing out, standing up.
So if I connect with my network marketing career with something
हाँ.
happened in my teens, I would say there was an incident when I was in post graduation. So I'm a master in
Hmm.
science. So
Hmm.
in that case, we need to tell the teacher that
Hmm.
that whatever you have given us the work for this duration is very less. मैम थोड़ा सा time बढ़ा दो.
Hmm.
ठीक है? So we
Hmm.
all made a group of five girls and we went to teacher and we are like कि बोले नहीं बोले तो बहुत गुस्से वाली है ये तो हमें डांट के भगा देंगे बोलना चाहिए कि
Right.
नहीं बोलना चाहिए तो
हाँ. हाँ.
we all were standing there and I was like बोल देते ना बोलने में क्या जाता है मना करना है मना कर देंगे बोल देते हैं so we were
Hmm.
standing there and the teacher looked at us and I was standing and I was saying ma'am we need some more time the time is not
Hmm.
enough and they all want to share that with you when I
Right.
see nobody was there सब मुझे छोड़ के most of the time people who wanted to take action
Hmm.
they fear of taking leadership because it comes
Hmm.
with responsibility and it comes with consequences as well.
Hmm.
Ma'am has not said anything to me, but if she has have said anything to, or she cutted my marks. So
Hmm.
fear stop people from taking action, especially when
Right.
there is a leadership role.
Hmm. Wow. That's a very powerful thing you just said. That fear stops people from taking action, especially when there's a leadership role, right? I'd love for you to, and now we're sort of like crisscrossing through time. If you can share how do you see that now, especially because you've talked about digital marketing and working with women, like where do you see that very often? आज के ज़माने में.
They fear
हाँ.
everywhere, I would say. In families, even
Hmm.
I would say. If
Hmm.
women know that this is the thing which is going wrong, they can just take, the power back and just say, ki,
Hmm.
I won't allow this. But
Hmm.
instead, just saying this clearly, mostly in the houses, there is a drama happens so that, they will
Hmm.
understand. It's like वो खुद ही समझ जाएंगे मैं क्या कहना चाहती हूँ. But ऐसा होता नहीं है most of the time.
Right.
So I have observed this one thing that
Hmm.
mostly women who wanted to say anything other person when this is not clear, people are perceiving them as a wrong person because
Hmm.
there is no clarity, I would say miscommunication. So everything,
Hmm.
I would say everything is coming from personal space. Are you there?
Oh, yeah, we're back. We're back.
Are
Go
you
ahead.
there, Rahul? I
I'm
cannot
back.
see
I'm
you.
back. You should be able to hear and see me now. I'm back.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I was
You were
just going
saying?
it.
Hmm.
I was just in that zone. So that is that all is coming from a space where women actually require to understand the
Hmm.
importance of personal development and
Hmm.
working on their own self. So if I say today, if I see myself as a full-time digital coach, I would say first thing is that
Hmm.
the kind of person I feel that I am becoming now and the kind of person I was, there is a huge difference, and that is
Yeah.
only because I worked on myself, not on the people around.
Wow. Ooh, that's so powerful. Right? You said you worked on yourself rather than on the people. That is so powerful. That is literally like a life philosophy, isn't it? कि ज़्यादातर लोग we try to work on other people. We try to, even as coaches, sometimes there's that tendency to want to work on other people. But like you said, you worked on yourself rather than on people, and that has made all the difference, right?
Yeah.
Very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Okay, so from what you shared, like we've got a sense of flavor of Neha in during her teen years. How did you see that shift from teens to 20s, and obviously we go beyond that, but like what kind of changes did you notice on this journey to become who you are today? 20s में आपको क्या दिखा? Is there anything that
I
stands out
would
like
say
that?
I would say less of a support and more of a
Hmm.
responsibility.
Hmm.
मोस्टली फैमिलीज में क्या होता है कि
Hmm.
घर में जो छोटे होते हैं ना उनको ज्यादा सपोर्ट
Hmm.
करवाया जाता ताकि उनको कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो. But in
Hmm.
my family, I was the youngest one and got very less support. So it's like you have the responsibility of your own studies, you have the responsibility of
Hmm.
your future, what you want to do. So I
Hmm.
was actually doing two things at a time, my studies and work both. So people who
Wow.
used to meet me admire me because every day I was doing both the things. So it's like कितना
Hmm.
कुछ कर रही है लड़की, गवर्नमेंट जॉब की भी तैयारी कर रही है, प्राइवेट जॉब भी कर रही है, ये भी कर रही है. But I actually always feel that was my exploring stage where I was just exploring
Hmm.
what I wanted to. And if I
बिल्कुल.
add one thing here, that
Hmm.
digital which I teach here, it is actually my passion since childhood. To fulfill that
हाँ.
passion, I was looking for a job and I got into IT company just because I
Hmm.
can use laptop and computer and I can do all the.
Right.
So it was actually, it's like my love was calling me that you come here, do the job so that you will also look. I never felt tired in doing both the things
Right.
because I was doing something which I really absolutely love
Hmm.
to do.
Hmm.
So that experience, that time, whatever I work and
Hmm.
worked on computer specifically, gave me a lot of learning, which, helped me to help other women come out from
Right.
their technical fear.
Hmm.
So
So
it's
I'll
like,
pause you here
yeah.
just because you said something very important. That जैसे आज के ज़माने में भी, I'm talking 2025, even now when people talk about tech, right? It's a very small percentage of women who are either drawn to it or who get into it, or who get in and like really like stay the journey. Walk us into a little bit more of that. Like what sort of got you into saying, yeah, I want to do this tech even then in your 20s? Like what made you uh, choose that?
I wanted to be a little fast than the generation that time because
हाँ.
of having less of facilities or opportunities. So
हाँ.
in our home we had a computer, but that was not for use anything I would say, and we were not having any
Hmm.
laptop, any kind of thing.
Hmm.
I wanted to explore that technical world about which my cousins and everyone used to talk about.
Ah.
And on phones we have limitations that we can do this much thing, and I was never
Hmm.
interested in social media. It was all
Hmm.
have an interest in browsing data and all of that, just
Hmm.
an interest in exploring, so that
Nice.
whatever my all relatives are learning, I could just catch a little bit of what they know. So it was all
Amazing.
interest based that time.
Right. So from a timeline perspective, this would have been around what time? Like what year around about?
I would say 2010 to 2014, because I
Wow. So
used
that's
to.
very early in the sense there was no YouTube. There was Facebook was just about starting,
Have you
right?
heard Orkut? That time
Yes,
Orkut
Orkut
or
ka
Orkut.
zamana.
था.
Orkut was there, Rise was there, right? It was the very, very early days of social media and social networking. Interesting. Okay. So that was, as you said, about 10 years back. So what happened from there? Like how did you progress from there to this point where you do what you do today? Like what happened after?
I would say I had no goals in life. My
Hmm.
only goal is to be happy. बस जैसे भी है
Hmm.
खुश रहना है अपनी
Hmm.
लाइफ में, एंड उसके लिए
हाँ.
पैसा कमाना है तो पैसा भी कमा लेंगे जॉब करके. सिंपल गोल.
Hmm.
इससे ज्यादा कोई
Hmm.
गोल नहीं था, कोई डिजायर्स भी नहीं थे बहुत बड़े. सो I was doing studies and I was doing job. And that time I was
Hmm.
trying for government job as well. I was not able
Hmm.
to qualify with for the government job because I had very less interest in, because since childhood even I didn't like that education system, the way they teach it.
Hmm.
Because for me
Hmm.
in practical I got 20 out of 20, but in theories I'm very, it's like बहुत
Hmm.
मुश्किल था मेरे लिए, बुक्स
Hmm.
पढ़ना भी बहुत मुश्किल था मेरे लिए.
बिल्कुल हाँ.
So that time I would say I just wanted to, pass the time. So it's like I was just
Hmm.
studying to pass the time and I was doing job so that I can have some money. Now
Hmm.
there was a stage come in my life where I had to take decision because my family wants me to settle. So it's like,
Hmm.
okay, what we need to do next? Okay, let's find
Hmm.
somebody. So I don't have had somebody. So it's like that they uh, find somebody to the arranged marriage, and because
Hmm.
it was a different location from Noida to
Hmm.
Agra. I was living in Noida and the location was Agra.
Hmm.
So I left my job. I came here. I settled down. और जैसे मैंने बोला ना, I had nothing to, it's like कि चलो अब ये छोड़ दिया तो फिर अब दोबारा कहीं पे जाके जो है जॉब सर्च करेंगे. I
Hmm.
was very comfortable with setting in the environment.
हाँ.
सो उसके बाद में हम यहाँ पे सेट हो गए आगरा में, और उसके बाद में हमें जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ी कि हम कोई जॉब करें,
Hmm.
बिजनेस करें. इट्स लाइक मेनी फैमिलीज women think that okay, if they are getting enough which they require, why they need to work.
Hmm.
So I
Right.
had that desire, okay अभी बच्चे बड़े हो जाएंगे तब काम कर लेंगे या कुछ और कर लेंगे. But
Hmm.
once you come, once you settle with your comfort zone na, you
हाँ.
have thousand excuse to not to come out from that comfort zone.
True. Very true.
Similarly, I had that.
Hmm. Nice. Okay. Interesting. So, is there like at this point was there like one जैसे बोलते हैं ना pivotal moment कि वो कुछ ऐसा हुआ and you said no, like now I want to do something different in this phase.
Honestly speaking, there are so many women who
Hmm.
always complain about issues in their family. Sometimes with
Hmm.
their husband, sometimes with their mother-in-law, sometimes with their relatives. When
Hmm.
women are not going with this personal development phase, they do not
Hmm.
understand why this is happening. So for
Hmm.
not like even I've meet so many relatives who do not understand about life coaching, personal development, anything they do
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
understand. But they are going through those issues which we solve in personal development.
Right.
So I can say that uh, what was the line? अभी मुझे याद नहीं आ रही. ठीक है.
Hmm.
So I can just say that during those time I always wanted to go back to my previous identity, my financial independence identity. I
Right.
always wanted to go back to that identity. If today you give a woman an option to create their own identity where they can invest their time and the money is
Hmm.
not required, I would say 90% women will say yes, because
Hmm.
that is their deepest desire. But when it comes to put effort to actually make that money, even though they are not investing that much of amount,
Hmm.
then they require that personal development space to understand how to prioritize the time for their work. So it's like
Wow.
it's everything is connected there. So that time
Hmm.
I told you that during COVID I saw that there were so many problems in families, and I wanted to help my husband. That was the
Wow.
first thing, and I didn't know that how to help them. It's like
Hmm.
not I would say in Agra, in 9 to 5 job, people are not earning that much in
Hmm.
that amount which person can earn through tuitions from
Right.
home.
Wow.
Okay, so I understood that the amount we want to earn, it is not
Hmm.
enough, the in equal to the amount we are amount of time we are spending in the work. So it's like 8
Correct.
hours equal to 5,000 rupees, no sense.
Hmm.
And a person who earned 20,000 rupees earlier for 8 hours, it becomes very difficult to go down to that amount.
Hmm.
It's like in coaching now, if somebody earns 1 lakh rupees for one client, they are not able to charge 5,000 rupees for group coaching. So
True.
that
True.
happens with everybody. So that was my first reason for coming to this phase. And that time it was just a wish that I should have my own money. so that I will not ask for money and I can handle my own expenses. From
Right.
there, the desire became big to, give my children a little more facility,
Mm.
to, invest in my own courses,
Mm.
to, you know, give my family members. So desire
Mm.
started to become big, but there in every women life there is a phase come where they feel like now they don't need to earn anymore. जो करना था कर
Mm.
लिया. It's like अभी ठीक है.
Mm.
So they went back to
Right.
their comfort zone again.
Yeah.
So that time, if a person doesn't have clear goals, missions in their life, they won't proceed.
Mm. Nice. Yeah, that's like that ठीक है, right? ठीक है, अगर वो if they sort of like get locked into that, then that's
भी मुझे
game over, right?
वो स्टोरी मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा जो मेरे नेटवर्क मार्केटिंग में जो लोग थे वो
हाँ.
सुनाते थे. इट्स लाइक चुभ रहा है पर इतना भी नहीं चुभ रहा है कि
Yes.
खड़ा
Yes.
हुआ जाए. तो वो मुझे
Yes.
पूरी
Yes.
कहानी नहीं याद है, लेकिन
Mm.
ऐसा होता है जब तक चल रहा है तो चल रहा है, तो
Mm.
इसलिए हम उस पे एक्शन नहीं लेते हैं.
Right. Yeah, that reminds me of it was this little girl and her father who would go on these night walks खाने के बाद, and as they were walking, they happened to see a dog that was making that sound, wee wee wee, and then the
Hmm.
daughter asked the father ki kyun, like why is that dog, why doesn't the dog do something? And that's what he says, ki
Hmm.
if it is not hurting enough, the dog will not do what it actually can do, right?
Yes.
So yeah, that's so true. We all have that, some area in our life which is like that, कि वो इतना नहीं चुभ रहा है कि हम करेंगे कुछ.
Correct.
दर्द तो है, but इतना भी नहीं कि that we say okay, now enough, बहुत हो गया, like now is the time to take action, right?
Correct.
So
So whenever I do these Canva classes now, most of the time I tell
mm,
them that I know you can hire somebody who can make a poster for you. But if I say
mm,
that you are hungry and you don't know how to cook and there is no restaurant outside, how will you
right,
feed yourself? So
yep.
for that moment you have to be prepared. So it's like there are a lot of story which I always combine, that why you need to
Mm,
learn before you hire somebody.
amazing. Amazing. So I think that's a perfect segue. For now, we'll go more into आज के दिन में, and we of course at some point we'll go back a little bit into the past. And you said something very 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 powerful. Um, Sometimes people may not even think of Canva as being uh, something that can make a difference to their life, right? Especially if you're talking about आज के ज़माने में coaches जो होते हैं, healers भी हैं, and today we talk about tarot, we talk about Reiki, yoga, and then of course coaching में तो बहुत से subjects हैं, financial investing जैसे होता है, and a lot of women are starting to notice कि market है ऐसा, like there are people willing to invest in courses, but like you said कि थोड़े तो skills चाहिए उसको business को बढ़ाने के लिए, right? Leads जमा करने के लिए. And you said something very powerful, which is even when you talk about something like Canva, right? Tell us a little bit, like what's the story of that? Because आपने Canva की बात I think 2 या 3 बार जिक्र किया आपने. So tell us a little bit about how you noticed कि even if I'm teaching them how to make Canva poster, it's a big deal.
Actually, I'll be very honest. Whoever is listening to me, please
Hmm.
माफ कर देना अगर आपको दिल पे लगे. So, uh, in the beginning, I used to have mostly client for Canva because they
Hmm.
want to create something which they see their mentor is posting. Okay,
Right.
they wanted to
Right.
create something because they know they if they go for somebody who can do that for them, it will cost them some money and they wanted to save
Hmm.
the money because it was their own starting stage. Okay,
Correct.
but then I see some people is like when they are not able to do it because it requires effort to work on
Correct.
Canva because of too much things to
Right.
understand. I saw many
Hmm.
people talking about okay Canva की जरूरत ही नहीं है, you are stuck in your business because of this and you are
Hmm.
taking Canva as the reason that why you are not able to grow. So
Hmm.
I just started feeling like whatever I am teaching, it is not appreciated because people think that
Hmm.
skills are not the reason of their growth. Nowadays,
Hmm.
so I know that why people are not getting any growth. It is not at all skill.
Hmm.
I understood. But that time I used to feel that if they are
Hmm.
utilizing the time to get some skill, it is good for them, na? Why to just
Right?
let them down that why you need to learn Canva? So I
Bilkul.
started seeing that, people are randomly talking about you don't need Canva, you can just directly post like
Hmm.
it, और किसी को copy करने की जरूरत नहीं है. I felt that every women, especially in coaching industry, go with their own speed,
Hmm.
and whatever
Hmm.
skills they are learning, they will utilize at any stage of their life. Be it
Correct.
अब वो उनको 1 साल हो गया 2 साल हो गया. It's like sometime if
Correct.
there is nobody to help with, they
Yes.
can use their own skills.
Yes.
And not only Canva, I teach video making, I teach video editing, I
Hmm.
teach artificial
Nice.
intelligence. For everything they can hire somebody.
Hmm.
I truly
Bilkul.
agree with that. But if
Hmm.
they can learn the skills, they can hire the right person, which I observed after teaching a lot of women.
Right.
So that way I understood that simple formula which I always say, that when you
Ah.
have time you save money, when you don't
Hmm.
have time you invest money,
Wow.
and that's how
Wow.
you will always stay in the
Nice.
zone. You will not quit the zone.
Hmm.
That's I understood.
Amazing. Amazing. You said it so easily, but I'm sure you've been through a lot of experiences to like जैसे बोलते हैं ना वो तजुर्बा like you've really experienced that in your own life, and so now when you say it, it's coming from that space of depth, that both sides, अगर पैसा नहीं है या टाइम नहीं है, both जैसे बोलते हैं ना it's like the coin has two sides, दो पहलू जो होते हैं, you have probably experienced both. And now you're like, when you're telling them, you're like, if you're in this zone, then do this. If you're in this zone, then do that. Right? So very, very powerful. So Neha, here's the thing, right? So when you say this to women, how do they normally react? कैसे लगता है उनको ये सुन
You
के?
tell me, पैसा बचाना किसको पसंद नहीं है? सब चाहते हैं फ्री में कुछ मिल जाए.
हाँ. Right, that's another important thing, like when you talk about learning, you talk about training, coaching, जैसे आप like you said ना, आपने बोला कि वो everybody likes free. So what kind of shifts have you noticed, especially when it comes to say women wanting to learn these kind of skills and pay for it to learn it? What is that? What are some of those maybe let's say behavior patterns that you've seen change कि अपने बिजनेस के लिए वो खर्च कर रहे हैं?
I have seen a lot of confidence in them, which is
Hmm.
building when I'm just asking them, do not
Hmm.
wait for a video editor to edit your videos. If you can just create a raw video and post. So it's
Hmm.
like when they create videos, more than they think about, okay, मैं सिर्फ 4 वीडियो बनाऊंगी क्योंकि 2,000 रुपए खर्च होंगे. So it's like
Hmm.
they will create one video every day, even though they know they don't post, but still that video creation for me, it is equal to mirror exercise. So when they do
Correct.
that mirror exercise again and again, they see the difference
Hmm.
as a confidence build. Similarly, when they post the raw video, it's like somebody's go live every day. They maintain
Correct.
consistency. So when they maintain consistency, actually they are more visible in the market than the person who know more than them.
Correct.
So they actually create a credibility also, na, because I am visible more than other
बिल्कुल.
people, so I am the right person who can actually help you. And
Hmm.
by the time they will help other person, they will understand gap areas and they will improve themselves. So it's like they will get
Hmm.
clarity when they help other people. अभी मैं बोलूँ, काफी सारे women है जिनको बहुत कुछ आता है, मतलब मुझसे
Hmm.
10 गुना ज्यादा आता है, ठीक है,
Hmm.
बट अगर वो मार्केट में विजिबल ही नहीं है, सिर्फ एक फियर की वजह से कि मैं वीडियो नहीं बना सकती हूँ, तो उनकी
Hmm.
नॉलेज का होगा क्या, है ना?
Wow. राइट,
और उसके
बिल्कुल।
पीछे जो फियर होता है ना, वो हमारे एक्सक्यूजेस होते हैं, हमारे कंफर्ट जोन के
हम्म।
एक्सक्यूजेस होते हैं कि हम
हम्म।
ये क्यों नहीं कर सकते। एंड देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ स्टोरीज, मतलब मेरे पास तो बहुत सारी स्टोरीज का भंडार है। मैं
हम्म।
अभी ये काम इसलिए नहीं कर रही हूँ।
राइट। ओह, मैं अभी ये काम इसलिए नहीं कर रही हूँ, एंड देन फिल इन द ब्लैंक. Amazing, amazing. I love it. And I'm sure, like, so just to put this into context, like, do you also do webinars? Do you run webinars for, like, to create leads, or like, how do you typically reach out to people?
It's like um, I show up magnetically everywhere where I go. So it's like if I'm
Mm-hmm.
attending networking meetups, I'm showing myself a
Right.
lot. If I'm showing myself through videos, I am talking the truth part of it, whether it is
Right.
likable by other people or not. And I do connect with people also on the regular basis, I would say.
Mm.
And that's how,
Mm.
if people think that I am the right
Mm.
person, they
Mm.
come to me. I never go
Mm.
behind other people because I
Mm.
always felt that, instead of running behind somebody who is not ready, I would
Right.
rather be available for the person who is ready and
Correct.
take action. And that's
Correct.
how it's like, I would say touchwood, लाइक 2 साल हो गए काम करते हुए, कभी भी मुझे
Mm.
ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि मुझे लीड्स के लिए किसी को
Mm.
पूछना पड़े कि लीड जनरेट कैसे करते हैं। और मुझे
Right.
खुद भी ऐसा कोई अलग से मेथड नहीं आता कि मेरी लीड कैसे जनरेट होगी। आई
Mm.
जस्ट डू व्हाट आई कैन डू, एंड इट्स लाइक
Mm.
जस्ट यूनिवर्स सपोर्ट्स मी।
Amazing, amazing. I the reason why I actually asked you this is just listening to you and the way you're flowing. Like I said, you must be having so many of these stories that, as you said, magnetically, you're just sharing, and people are like, "Wow, okay, I hadn't thought about this, Neha. Thank you. Maybe I feel like you are the right person to help me right now." So I'm sure there must be multiple stories like this happening that you're experiencing. And you've picked a very, very powerful, a very useful space to be in, which is to help people, or to be that, literally that bridge that can take people from, as you said, they have the skill, but there's something in between that's keeping them from the people who are meant for them. So in teaching them, and especially when you talk about women and technology, it's not only India ki baat nahi hai. Across the globe, um, it's still, it's like, I don't know the facts or the data, but I know it is not 60-40 or 50-51-49 when it comes to women in tech, or women being comfortable with technology. It's still, it's still, there's still time before it becomes 50-50, where both men and women are either, easy with technology, or they find it difficult. Right? उसका तो टाइम लगेगा अभी, जो भी जितना भी लगेगा लगेगा, but I'm saying, my point being that you're doing something really, really powerful, something very, very relevant, very important, and it's amazing. And as I said, a little bit about my background, I've been skilling myself in digital marketing, so I know that हमारे वो टाइम पे, when I was a student, it was like probably 90-10, right? अगर 100 लोग होते सेमिनार में, there'd be only 10 women who would be showing up to learn digital marketing. So, like I said, you're doing a very, very, very important job, and the role is very, very important. And I really wish that more people, more women are inspired by your story, and somewhere in their minds उनको भी लगता है कि हाँ, अगर नेहा कर सकती है, हम भी दूसरों को, दूसरे औरतों को, दूसरों को डिजिटल मार्केटिंग सिखा सकते हैं. बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे, एंड आई एम श्योर यू नोटिस दिस, मार्केट छोटा नहीं है. मार्केट लाइक महासागर जैसा है, right? So there are enough and more people out there. There are enough and more, customers out there that are looking for what people have to offer. So, thank you for what you're doing. So let me sort of like take a slight detour, and like now, especially आज के ज़माने में, when we talk about digital marketing, there's been this major shift. And as you said, 2 साल में you have built your business, right? Especially just these last 2 years when you talk about digital marketing. And as you know, these last 2 years have been very special, right? You know what I'm about to say. कि जैसे वो AI from घर में ताई to buy to everybody now is familiar with this AI वाला शब्द. And of course even chat GPT भी अभी थोड़ा ज़्यादा commonplace हो चुका है, right? So what are some of the things that you have noticed, especially when we talk about digital marketing and AI and technology, especially when we talk about artificial intelligence? Like, what are some of the things that you have noticed which can obviously help people speed up that process of learning digital marketing or benefiting from digital marketing?
Firstly, I'll just correct a little bit here that
Please.
digital marketing I have not even done till now, so I don't have any certificate in
Wow.
digital. So
Amazing.
I teach from a very, very basic level where I
Hmm.
feel somebody is sitting on computer and just want to find the file for which they want to share to somebody.
Wow.
They won't
Hmm.
hire somebody to find the file from their computer. So it's a very
Wow.
basic thing. So what I teach is a micro level learning. It's not that
Hmm.
vast field because digital marketing is a very fast field that I don't teach
Correct.
because for that people either thinking about going as an agency owner or
Hmm.
particularly as a freelancer.
Hmm.
But for women, especially on women entrepreneurs,
Hmm.
basic ground knowledge is enough for
Wow.
them just to be comfortable with using this system. Because what happens after trying for 3 to 4 months, they feel like okay, it is very tough. मेरे बस का नहीं है, मेरे से
Right.
नहीं होगा.
Right.
Okay, and then uh,
Hmm.
that keep them stuck for so many time everywhere. Like I have attended so many sessions where women are saying, I am not tech savvy, but I am going to do this time. इस बार मैं
Nice.
करते रहूंगी. So
सही है.
whenever
Superb.
any women say that, it's like नेहा तू उसको बोल मैं यहाँ खड़ी हूँ.
Amazing. Amazing.
And I feel very connected with that person. Like she is saying, I'm not tech savvy. उसको मुझे बताना है भाई tech savvy होने की जरूरत नहीं है. You need
Right.
only the basic knowledge. If you feel that you don't have,
Correct.
find somebody. And the
Hmm.
way it is growing, I I can see a lot of dangerous things are going to be in
Hmm.
the future because the way AI is actually capturing the market, there are
Hmm.
so many cyber crimes are happening. I actually also teach some things about cyber
Hmm.
hacks and all of that. So I see it's like password related issues,
Hmm.
browsing related
Correct.
issues. There was a scam of Telegram, so many people were affected by it. There is a scam
Hmm.
in WhatsApp. Facebook में कई लोगों का जो आईडी है वो हैक हो जाता
Hmm.
है.
Hmm.
So now, when AI came in this picture, many people are
Hmm.
sharing their personal information on AI so that they can create the relevant
Correct.
information. But what
Correct.
is happened that AI, if that is not a verified AI, it is sharing the data with so many people, which is very, very dangerous.
Hmm.
And this
Correct.
social media, I feel so many people are now becoming addictive. And sometimes तो मेरा open करके देखने का भी मन नहीं करता क्योंकि lot of
Hmm.
things are happening on social media.
Correct.
And I have seen, the way social media actually affect people's brain. I am not
Hmm.
good enough. People are doing
Yeah.
very well. I have
Yeah.
not even started. Oh, she is doing webinar. I am not doing that.
Right.
That actually make me feel that I should go and delete
Hmm.
the social media from their phone because they are not able to work on themselves because of that
Yeah.
social media. So
Correct.
I would say it's a very dangerous effect which is coming.
Hmm.
Although I always say that ChatGPT is a Aladdin ka chirag for everybody.
बिल्कुल.
बोलो कुछ
बिल्कुल.
भी वो करके दे देता है. But
Yeah.
what
मिनटों
if
में.
if
True.
what if we use in a wrong way?
Hmm. True.
Okay. So
Hmm.
when we start using in a wrong way, what will happen? Wrong things are going to happen more and more. So the way
Hmm.
the Sora is coming now and all
Correct.
those, कि आप अभी uh, AI generated फेस वाली वीडियो बना
Hmm.
सकते हो वीडियो कॉलिंग
Hmm.
पर हैक्स हो मतलब जो भी हैक्स हो रहे हैं मतलब जो भी हो रहे हैं
Correct.
क्राइम्स वगैरह
बिल्कुल.
those people who don't even know technology AI everything how they are going to save themselves if coaches are
Yeah.
sitting and thinking that I am not perfect and I am not here I cannot teach other people दे हैव टू पुट देयर एक्शन मोड ऑन,
Yeah. Right.
तभी लोगों की हेल्प हो पाएगी जितना ही जल्दी हम लोग एक्शन
Hmm.
लेंगे. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है
Hmm.
कि इट्स ऑल कनेक्टेड.
Hmm. Beautiful. So maybe as you start to tie this up for us, key, as you said, you focus primarily on. Uh, would it be fair to say digital media rather than digital marketing? Because काफी लोगों को when they hear digital marketing वो घबरा जाते हैं. It's just digital media जो है आपको like you're able to create that bridge and help them. Whether like you said, even if it is just file को क्या करना है या of course जो ज़्यादा सतर्क रहना है when it comes to cyber and AI and that is one end of the spectrum. The other is like you said, teaching them those skills like knowing how to create a Canva poster ताकि अगर कल करना है तो they know what to do, right? So maybe if you could in your words just as a sort of like a nutshell में कि when tomorrow when they are struggling and they remember Neha, why are they remembering you? Because you said that in a few moments ago you had said it, but in your own words, if you could just sort of summarize कि why will they remember you, especially when it comes to this?
So you consider me as your solution giver in every problem in online business growth.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Online business growth. So it's like when it comes to online business growth, there's one person to definitely remember, especially this person who is sitting here with me talking about how women can benefit, women who are coaches. And आज के ज़माने में coaching, it's not only पुराने ज़माने में business coaching होता था. आज के ज़माने में when you talk about coaching, it's healing. These are things that more and more, especially after COVID, काफ़ी लोगों का वो अवेयरनेस जग चुका है. they're aware कि coaching है, healing है, in these areas, it is now is that time to actually work on it, and you're there to help these coaches in the business growth, right? Before
I
we
just want
go,
to I just want to add one thing
please.
here. I
Mm-hmm.
feel for every business coach, for every digital coach, like I call myself now creator coach because I combine
Mm.
digital with life coaching. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like for every
Mm.
person who can help other person in their business growth should have a responsibility to take action before their client or community member take action, because it is something which is
Wow.
related with deep inside somebody's help who is not even aware about they need help. So it's like if somebody is
Right.
going through mindset issue and creating a problem in their family, for for that person, a mindset coach is required, and for a mindset coach to reach
Yeah.
that person, a digital coach and a business coach is required. So everyone is connected here.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well said. I love it. This is literally like an ecosystem. So I'd love to, in at some point in the year, invite you once again and hear more of these stories of how people have, experienced that shift. One thing I want to ask you at this point, Neha, is, there is this superpower called the community, right? So I'd love for you to share, like, how what role does community play in your life, and how, let's say, if someone wanted to be part of your community, कि क्या होता है आपके community में, like, how do people engage?
First of all, community is like our survival when we are not well.
Hmm. Wow.
So it's like a family, in our family, it's
Hmm.
like we are not well, then family members take care of us. When we are
Right.
well, we take care of other family members. So in community, same
Amazing.
happens. A community member, a community owner, take care of all the
Hmm.
members till the time the owner is good and very well.
Good.
But if
Right.
that owner has any issue, then their member take care of them even with the message. How are you? क्या कर रहे हो? कैसे
Wow.
हो? But if there is no community, there is something like that. People are scattered in it's like non-giving name kind of a space. So it's like
Mm.
when I started, now I started with one-to-one coaching. So I didn't had a
Mm.
community that time. I had a
Mm.
community, but it was a WhatsApp group. So there is a very big
Right.
difference between a WhatsApp group and a specifically a community. So I
Mm.
believe in a community, not only the owner is available to help every person, but the members of
Mm.
the community are also there to help
Right.
each and every one, whether
Right.
and I would say selflessly, because in
Mm.
community, when there is a sense of a community, people know that this person require help, and if they
Right.
can help, they reach out without their own any
Mm.
benefit. So community is
Mm.
very powerful. मतलब community के बारे में तो
Nice.
जितना बात किया जाए उतना ही कम है.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. So would I be, fair in saying that that is something that, especially, women who are in coaching or in basically wanting to grow their coaching business, their healing business, they can expect to have that when they are part of your community, and not just you, but other members of the community who will be there to help and support them.
Yeah, I would surely say that. And it's like I do not talk much about me because my community members are enough to talk about
Right.
me, and they
Nice.
know the kind of, level I can go to help them. But I always
Amazing.
believe in helping them to help themselves first before
Mm.
they actually ask for anybody's help. Like making independent them so that they can help themselves if anywhere if they are stuck. So they know
Nice.
what to do.
Superb. Love it. So as we start to wrap for the moment, like I said, there is an idea that's forming, and I'm looking forward to part two later in this year. But in the meantime, if someone had to reach out to you right now, is there maybe a webinar or something that you're currently doing that you would want them to benefit from? Maybe it's a workshop, something that you might be running currently, because again, like I said, we're recording this now, but whether it is today, whether it is a few days, maybe even a few months from now, or even if it is, say, maybe a year or 2 years from now, where they find you and they've reached this point, is there something that you'd love to share with them that will help them on their journey, and connect with you for this?
I'm starting my weekly webinars, how to say
Hmm.
most probably around the Valentine's Day, so that,
Hmm.
for the women to start working on
Right.
themselves and get a clear picture about how they can come into action mode, I would say. So that
Hmm.
masterclass I'm just creating just to give the crisp and short information so that they will understand
Hmm.
that how to start, where they are stuck, and how to proceed further. So
Hmm.
that I'm going to run, I would say, every week. And with that,
Nice.
they can join my community. And if somebody wants more hand-holding support or customized support, wants to go for fast track, then they can
Hmm.
directly reach out for one-to-one with me. And
Amazing.
they just need to send me a message, and then
Hmm.
my team is going to connect with them for the next procedure.
Amazing. So one of the things I've done is I've added your link.
Hmm.
So you're using there's a Linktree link that you have shared. So people will be able to find you. And like I said, whether it is now, whether it is, 3 months, 6 months, or even 2 years from now, when they find you, they will be able to, through that link, find whatever is even your latest offering at that point in time. So,
Yeah.
uh, you know, uh, one is, of course, thank you for taking the time to share your journey, and you shared very, very powerful insights, from your own life story as well as working with other women. So one thing I can definitely say is, I wish you all the best of luck, and not just luck, but that energy and that power that you have, you're still, receiving and sharing with other people. May you have more of that, because as I said before, like, what you're doing is so important, and there are so many women out there who have these skills, who are in the process of developing this to be able to share with other people. But business growth, marketing, anything that is required for them to be able to reach out to more people, you play that very, very important role in helping them stay on the path, on the journey. And may you continue to do more of this. May more women benefit, and ultimately their families benefit from what you're doing. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
taking the time out to come and share your stories here. And I'm looking forward to hearing even more amazing stories of your growth in the coming days
Thank
and of
you.
course years.
And I want to add one thing here that you are also doing a fab job by taking people's story here on this platform so that people can get to know other people who are
Hmm.
literally in this space. So you're also doing a fab job. So thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
so consistent and doing this.
Thank you, thank you. And I must say, and since we moment for the moment, since we're talking about community, that as you know, this is not a solo one person endeavor. This is now truly a community endeavor. I have people in the community who are playing multiple roles. Shout out to Devismita for
And
helping
me as
me
well.
in keeping the consistency going. And that is really, as you said, that is how growth kind of multiplies, where it's not just one person anymore. It may have started from one person, but when it is more and more people who are there to sort of rally around and make this a movement, that is really when change happens. So thank you, and look forward to hearing more about the amazing things that you're doing and helping women experience the kind of growth that you have experienced in your own life. So wish
Thank
you all
you.
the best. Yeah, and for those of you who've reached this point of the podcast, firstly, thank you. And there's obviously a connection that you've made with Neha, so please do reach out. And as I said, her link is there, so reach out, and in whatever way, I know you will benefit many many times over. So wish you on your journey, and Neha, wish you on yours as well. And as always, remember to live your purpose. God bless. And of course, I will see you in the next pod. These are pods that are recorded through the week. And we do this on Wednesdays. And then, of course, you can, watch these anytime. So wish you all the best. And having said all of that, remember to live your purpose. God bless. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Yes.